Welcome back, folks. In this video, we are going to learn about high time frame analysis on the current market environment of the euro. Okay, in my previous assessment, I had mentioned that we had come into this level of inefficiency that we'd now balance, and therefore we would seek liquidity in the opposing end, which we've done. Okay, so we've got a high that's come in, and that has taken liquidity resting above these highs. Okay, so once that's established, once liquidity has been taken on this end, then the market seeks the same in the opposing end, and that is very easy to see on this chart. It's these equal lows, which the market has done with this move down. Okay, now once the market has, again, taking liquidity on one side, then it's going to seek the same on the opposite side. So you would expect once these equal lows have been taken with this move down, then we would expect the market to now seek liquidity in the opposing end, which would be this high on top of this candle. Okay, so where the two questions that I always ask myself is, where does the market come from? Where is the market going? So here we've taken out these equal lows. The market on this next day has also taken out the low of that down candle that took out these equal lows. Okay, so where have we come from? We've just taken liquidity, right? All these lows have been taken. All this has been rebalanced. And so liquidity only resides higher, and that's why we get on a Thursday and Friday this move higher. Okay, now it doesn't always have to take out the very high, right? Especially on a bar that is like the one that we have here, which had a large tail. Okay, or a wick is what I should say. That's a wick, and so the market simply has to come into at least 50% of that wick to offer some level of balance, which the market has done on Friday. Now, that doesn't mean the job's done. It could well be, but in my view, these are very close highs, known as relative equal highs, and therefore I would expect the market to come back above that level, back above around that 1.09, which has been a longer-term target on the euro. Now, we can further solidify that assessment by looking at the weekly chart to see what is the weekly chart telling us when there's that kind of uncertainty. So when I jump over to the weekly chart, let's have a look. What we can see is this is a very strong price action on the current week here. Okay, what has the week done? Well, we can see that the week opened here and immediately went down to balance this level of efficiency. So asking the same two questions, where has the market come from? Number one, well, it's come from balancing something below. Okay, so job's done there. Where is the market going now? Well, I see very, very close highs, right, from where we are right now. So these are relative equal highs. So again, this is also confirming a price movement at above to that 1.09 level. So both the daily and the weekly are confirming that its job has been done on the downside, and now liquidity rests above, and therefore this 109 level seems very, very clean to reach for. Okay, so we can also now look at the monthly, see what the monthlies might be telling us. So if we look at the monthly, we can see where have we come from. Well, we have taken out liquidity over here. Okay, so the job down below has been done. So the only thing now is whatever is above. So liquidity, we can see it's a very bullish month. Okay, and so far we have higher liquidity that rests at 1.1, which is again a target that I've mentioned in previous videos. Okay, so looking at the daily, the weekly, and the monthly is suggesting that we are still bullish on the euro. Okay, targets on the daily and the weekly suggest 1.09. Okay, targets on the monthly suggest 1.1. Okay, so what we can also look at to see this large wick on the monthly. Okay, where is 50% of that? Okay, that might be an interim target. So what I will do is let me clean this up. We don't need all these things on this chart here, so let me just get rid of those. Okay, there we go. What I'll do is I will grab the high, let me grab that again, high and the low of this wick. Okay, now you can see that in this current month we've come right up to that 50%, up to that 1.09. Okay, so that is possibly a level of resistance. Okay, but on the daily charts I think we still need to go slightly higher. Okay, to perhaps take out some of these highs, and the weekly also is showing us relative equal highs that I also believe need to be taken out. Okay, so monthly showing that we have reached 50% of that wick with this candle moving up into there. So that might suggest that we might have some level of a pullback, perhaps on the dailies or on the weeklies. But ultimately, I do believe that these relative equal highs is what the market is currently reaching for, given that everything below has been balanced or liquidity below has been taken. And then when I look at the weekly chart, I see a very strong week, okay, with this balancing that it's done, okay, and therefore we only have now work to be done above. Okay, so given the fact that we are on a monthly chart at that 50% of that wick as I've shown, this candle we might see some move down, okay, prior to a move up. So I would expect the first half of the week perhaps we go down. We might even take out this low. Okay, might even take out this low. And I'm saying that simply because on the monthly chart we have come into what I would suggest is a level of resistance, which is 50% of this large wick, which we've come into in this monthly chart, a monthly bar. Okay, so that could suggest a level of a pullback before we go higher. And looking at the weekly chart is the only area that I see where we may need to, let me draw this up. That's what we could do, is project where we might come down. Okay, so I would expect Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week, we could have this pullback down to this level around 1.0820. Okay, before we resume the trend higher, the move higher to take out what I refer to here as equal highs on the weekly chart. So I'm still looking for that 1.09. Maybe, as I said, on the monthlies, if we get more strength, we could get as high as 1.1 to take out this liquidity. Okay, seeing this bullish monthly bar suggests we are strong. Okay, the underlying order flow is bullish, and I do believe that this high will be taken at 1.1 in particular because we've taken out all this liquidity prior month, and this is a very strong monthly close candle. Okay, so I hope that was useful. I will now talk with you in the next video.